Hey guys, Fires51 here, and we're back for part 2. So basically I left Goodwill, came home, dropped off the games, and I picked up my mom because she wanted to go to this, it's basically an orphanage. It's an orphanage that's off of State Route 127, or, actually, no it's not even off of State Route 127, but they always have it every year during the same time 127's on. It has their garage sale going on, or, yard sale on that road. And my cousins go to it every year, and apparently they are really excited because they only offer it once a year, and they collect a lot of stuff over the year. It's like a Catholic orphanage, and they have a lot of rich, I guess, patrons donate stuff to them. So there's some good stuff there. So went over there, went through the whole place. I went through the whole place pretty quickly. It wasn't that huge, but they had some good stuff there. And eventually, the last place I checked was actually the media tent. Like, where I had, computers, DVDs, and some video games. So when I walked up to this one part of the booth, where I found some video games, the first thing I found was saw this on top: Back to the Future for Nintendo, a box Nintendo game. And in fact, it was 3 box Nintendo games. And on the front there, you can kind of see it says $1. $1 for and it's complete. I'm not going to get it out of the box because I'm taking too long. This is my part 2 take. But everything's in there. Styrofoam blocks in the base of it. Everything's in there. And the game's in great condition because they kept it in the box. I mean, the box got a little bit of worn on it, But overall, it's in pretty good condition. I mean, where they pull the the price tag off of it, rip the cover. I know Angry Video Game Nerd did a review of this, and he did not have high praises for it. But then again, what video game does the Angry Video Game Nerd have high praise for? So, and it is the rainbow of shame. So, what are you gonna expect out of it? But for $1, I'm not going to pass it up. Just because it's Back to the Future. I love that not TV, but movie series. I was so excited to get that on Blu-ray for $20, the whole trilogy. Oh, that was a happy day for me. But next up, the other game I picked up was a game I was contemplating getting at Goodwill. And for some reason, I was thinking about passing this up because, it's the JLN or LJN game again, but when I started looking at the back of it, it looks like it was good, and I was thinking about buying the game because at Goodwill, and it was for $1.50. It's $1, and it's a complete box game. So, once I thought about that, of course I snatched it up. It's a light gun game, and it looks really fun to play. Actually, how could you fuck up a light gun game? So, I mean, how can it have horrible controls? It's a light gun. Because usually the bad, crappy games just have horrible controls. That's why they're so bad. But, yeah, I picked that up. Next up, I pick up Anticipation, Nintendo's first video board game. Look at all these schmucks on the front of the game there. I see this game for cheap, loose for $1, and I thought about picking it up, but I decided not to. But of course I'm gonna pick it up for a complete Nintendo box. Of course I'm gonna pick it up for $1. I'm gonna have to review it just to see how bad it is. That's why I picked it up for $1, just to review. Next up, I went to the box. There was a big box there, and they had that many games in it. So I'm not sure if someone came through and started buying some games, but there was another box game inside, and it was Rayman 2: The Great Escape, and this is for the N64, and it's complete. And the game itself is in great condition. Get the game out. The box is a little bit, worse for wear, because it's a huge box, and they didn't have any styrofoam. I don't know if this came out later in the N64's Actually, no, I'm thinking of Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo box games have different packaging than this, but it's mostly hollow, so that's why I think I got crushed a little bit. But again, $1, and this is a game I definitely would want to play, and I've seen it before, but it's always been too high priced for me to buy. But for $1, fuck yeah, I'm picking it up. So your next up, I got some games here. These are all Nintendo games. First up, I got this. Looks like kind of like Contra, made by Konami. It's called Life Force. I'm not sure what to expect from it, but it's in dirty condition. But I'm gonna clean it up, so it's gonna be all right. For $1, I'm definitely picking up because it's made by Konami and it looks like Contra. At least the kind of the cover does. It's very similar. Next up, we got this game. I think it's Seicross, Seicross. So, kind of looks like Tron. I was kind of debating whether to pick it up or not, but it's in good condition, and you know what? It's $1. I'll try it out. Next up, we got Paperboy 2, and it's in pretty good condition too. Came with the black cart, and I got a manual here, but it's not for Paperboy 2. There was a loose manual in there, and it's for a game I really, really want. I searched the entire box, making sure that game wasn't in there, because I'd definitely pick it up. And that's for Darkwing Duck, a cartoon game that is high on my list to pick up, because I've heard that game is actually really fun to play too. And that's just for people who don't like cartoon games. It's like a good platformer. I heard that game was really good, so I'm super excited to try to pick that game up. Next up, I got, I'm not sure what to expect from it, but it sounds like an awesome game. And that's Wizards and Warriors. And this was owned by Travis King. And I think maybe his brother owned it and gave it down to him, because on the back, there's a B King. And I'm not sure I don't think that's Burger King, but I think it's maybe Brian King. But it did not come with a black case, but there was a crappy game there that had a black case in it, so you know what? I'll take the black case instead. Next up, I found classic Metal Gear, and it's in really good condition. It's got the glossiness still on it too, really good condition. And the reason why it's in such great condition is because it's had paper helping protect the cover of it, and that paper would be the manual. So that's awesome. And it also came with Nintendo Power registration card, I guess you could say, And then this, I think it's like a map, but it's been used so often that it's been deteriorated. So, I mean, kind of see. I'm thinking this is kind of rare, or kind of hard to find. And it even gets you hints on the back of it too, like tells you what pitfalls are and stuff. So I mean, I'm not sure what to expect from this. What this is, it almost tells you what to do. On the back here, it even tells you how to destroy the enemy. I don't know. Maybe this was like kind of like a early strategy guide, but it's like in pieces. So I'm gonna have to kind of like tape this up together and check it out. But it's also got some codes there too. Maybe those. I'm not sure if this actually had memory codes to store games. But either way, pretty cool find, I think. And it came with the black case too. And ironically enough, I got the sequel, Snake's Revenge. Of course, this was just loose. It's a little bit grimy, but you know what? I'm definitely picking it up for $1. So those are all the games I found in the box. And on the box it said games for $1. They didn't even discriminate against other games, because I saw that N64 game in there. And you know what? There was no price on the N64 game either, so and they're good prices on Nintendo games. So even if it was a little bit pricier, maybe $4, I'd pay $5 for it. But turns out I got charged for $1 for it. And I did find some other games because it's kind of ironic that there's like all these Nintendo games. And you got the one N64 game, but there's no Genesis, no PlayStation 1, no PlayStation 2, no Xbox, no other games. And I thought that was kind of weird for this, church, this orphanage, to be collecting donations from, patrons and local neighborhood families donating stuff. And that's all the video games they ever collected through the whole year. So I started walking around looking for more games. Maybe they're somewhere else, and maybe next to some CDs, like the regular CDs. So I would walk around, and sure enough, I found some Genesis games, but unfortunately, no other consoles. And I cherry picked. I only picked up 2 games because there was Sonic, the first game there, not for resale, and the manual in it. But I already have it complete, so I didn't pick up a second one. But I did pick up Sunset Riders by Konami for $1. And I'm not sure if this what kind of game this is going to be, but it kind of looks like a Western version of Double Dragon, maybe, because it's got kind of like a 2-player style. And it did come complete. And the game itself is in flawless condition. So, I'm excited to play this. And then finally, the last game I picked up, Double Dragon, or Battletoads and Double Dragon. So, I don't think I ever played this as a kid, but I love Double Dragon and I love Battletoads, so super pumped to play this. I'm not quite sure if it's just the 2 games combined, so you play either or game on the console or what, but I know Double Dragon and Battletoads are hard to find games, and I haven't seen the Battletoad and Double Dragon combined. I knew there was a game like that. I thought it was for Nintendo. They might have on multiple systems, but I can't pass that up for $1. But actually, it turns out to be less than $1 because when I went to check out, the old man who was like, they had multiple people in all the booths, because they had everything separated with tents. And when you left the tent, they had one entrance and one exit. So when you walked out, you basically paid right there. And the guy went through, went through my stack of games and said $9. And I counted already beforehand. I had 12 games. Paid $9 for 12 games. Amazing deal. Made it worth the whole trip out there. That was the only thing I did. I didn't go on Route 120, go on more garage sale hopping. This wasn't worth it. It was just, I had a bad experience the other day before because it was so humid. I don't think I was hydrated enough before I did the trek, and I did not wear the proper foot gear. Should have wore boots and some ACUs, so I don't get no stuff. Have my blouse tucked into my boots. But next year I'm gonna be prepared. I'm gonna have a Camelback. I'm gonna be all set to go. Look at me, look like I'm going to war. But I'm gonna go find some retro games next year. Because next year I'm definitely gonna be humping, and I'm gonna be prepared for it. But today, yeah, I was burnt out, and I decided to, it's 50% off day. So you know what? I'm gonna head to Goodwill's, and while I'm heading up to Goodwill's, I'm gonna head up Half Price Bookstore, and I got a nice little haul from them too. But that's gonna be another video. So you got to wait for a couple days before I upload that video for you guys to watch too. So why don't you go ahead and check that video out when I upload it, and I'll see you next time.